Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Jean-Marie, I'm a photographer. Today we're gonna talk about money. What is your relationship with money as a creative person? Even before I became a creative, I remember at 19, my father passed away. We had to take care of ourselves. I can tell you my experience at that time was really not that good at all. I remember the money he left out for us. We tried to invest. I remember I bought a motorbike and I invested in my father's friend business. He promised us to give money monthly. It was a good deal when he was talking about how he's gonna grow his business. For me, because I was in high school, it was a safe net as someone who was starting investing. And it was also my first experience having that kind of money on my account. And I feel like that scares me from making money or for believing in business also. Because I remember we bought that motor taxi for almost maybe 8 months. It started causing problem. I remember selling it for a small amount so I can stop stressing over it. Even with my father's friend business, he ended up not paying us the money he was promising us, and it was a challenge. I remember even when I finished my high school, I went in town, I opened business with the small amount I left from the money we had. It took me 6 months to leave that business because I was trying to pay bills and I was also trying to see if I can grow that business. It didn't work out. From there, I started looking for a job and stopped wanting to do business. In 2008, I got a job. I was working in a government institution. I was paid monthly. Like I was able to say, okay, I'm gonna save that money, then I can invest something. I remember when I was young, I wanted to tell stories. And in 2012 was the beginning of that journey. I remember when I was starting as a videographer in this creative industry. At that time, I wanted to be a documentarist. I remember investing like more than $10,000 at that time to buy lighting, video, laptop, and the camera that I was using. I didn't take on consideration that I was entering creative industry as a business person. You cannot expect someone that you're willing to spend that kind of amount. You don't expect to make income. For us creative, you can relate. You always think buying equipment or investing in your project a way of helping yourself creating at the same time growing. Even in 2017, I was doing photo shoot. I had a friend who was an accountant. He gave me advice as a business. Try to record this amount you're making and try to see how much you're making. Well, this photo shoot you want to do, you can charge people like 5,000, 10,000. Then it will be income that you're putting on site. In my head, I was like, how do I approach people that I want to shoot and tell them you have to pay me? Even the organizing the photo shoot, I remember at that time 2017 was getting wedding at that time, but I could tell you that I had a team of 4 people. The man I was charging, I could just pay them, but I didn't make like 50,000 on a wedding I was doing. It's like it was stressful when it's come to money. So it's why I decided to say, okay, I want to live here and then try and find another job. I can tell you, even when I went to South Korea, I got a job. My first 3 months or 4 months, I was making more than 1 million or up to 3 million. I can explain it because I was getting money, but I was not really happy what I was doing because I was feeling like, what do I need this money? I can tell you, I learned how to live like day by day because I felt like I was not strong enough to be able to say, I'm gonna make this a lot of money so I can enjoy my life better or I can do anything else later. Because of my focus was, I found something I wanna do. This is photography. I wanna create. How do I make this pay bills like everyone else or organize holiday for myself? It became very hard. It's why I'm sharing this story for people who are creative, who are struggling with like, why do you still doing this? I found something I love so much and I was willing to give what I have to be able to do it. So my relationship with money, I cannot say it's up and down. It's always down. I always try to make sure that my expenses are limited, like personal expenses. And whenever I get an amount of money, I always have to invest in buying equipment. So if you are like me, you know how it's feels to see every year or 3 years there is a new camera, there is a new lens coming up, and you realize you have that addiction of wanting buying more. I'm not telling you don't buy it, but I'm telling you think about it because we are in a generation now. We have to pay social media. We have to do more. We have to talk about our experience so people can come and buy from us. I think if you are creative, learn how to behave when you have money. Learn how to invest. Even I'm talking about this, but I don't know how to do it. I'm listening to YouTube channels that are telling people how to invest, what kind of investment you should do. The other thing I'm trying to do is to be patient, because no matter how much you want money, you don't control time, you don't control network. Especially I'm back in Rwanda now, things have changed. I need to rebrand myself again. That is the hardest things I'm doing now. The reason I'm sharing this is to tell you that it's experience. You have to experiment with money. Thank you for watching. My name is Jean-Marie. I hope to see you in another episode.